Namaste, Jai Bharat. Everyone has to bleed in this US-Iran war. Everyone has to bleed. But when you look at the three parties who are involved in war directly, Iran, that is an Islamic radical regime. And the Islamic regime wouldn't just bother about anything except what they understand through or from their religion. So whatever they do is internally justified through understanding of their religion, understanding of religion in their own perspectives and their own kind of interpretations. Here, each group or each individual might be interpreting things according to their criteria, and where convenience is often the predominant criterion of criteria. This could be quite possible. So they would continue believing that they are right. And Israel has good definite objectives. They are the ones who are most clear about what ought to be done and what they are doing, because they have to exist. The Jews had been persecuted for 2000 plus years, and the Jews are one of the most brilliant civilization in the history of mankind, and they have more right to exist than many others. I would say that I believe in it, because their existence shall be fruitful or beneficial to many others, and many others' existence shall be destruction to many others. So when I comparatively not, I am telling Jews have more right to exist than many others. I would say that there could be people living in the world who don't do any good to anybody. There could be. Find out who they are. I am just speculating. I also can speculate, or I also must be permitted to speculate. Let many others do speculate. So I am just speculating this. And this is my feeling that Jews have a right to exist. And that right they will have to assert. Otherwise they won't survive. It's a question of days, life and death of a race, a civilization. So they know what they are doing. They do not want a nuclear state right under their nose. As a matter of fact, nobody in the world wants an Islamic radical state to be nuclear, which is of course not the case, in the sense though Pakistan claims to be nuclear, that's a fake claim. They might be possessing stockpile, but then you cannot legitimately call them as a nuke state, because they can't nuke. They know it more than we all, but then they will keep saying this for two purposes: one, to eyewash their own people, and two, to threaten others. But their they consider Bharat as their fundamental basic enemy, because they cannot say to themselves that they can be friendly with us, because of a logical contradiction that would come into existence. That if Pakistan says that we can befriend the Hindus, then it becomes a logical contradiction, as the very concept of Pakistan begins with hatred of Hindus, and the first premise upon which they built the Pakistan nation, two nation theory, etc., is on this premise that Hindus and Muslims cannot live together. This had been their first premise. Then of course from this, Hindus and Muslims cannot stay together. They made it an Islamic land, and then of course they start realizing that Muslims and Muslims also cannot stay together with this kind of epistemology of separatism, contradiction and conflict will continue, which they have not realized. I don't know if they have realized anything at all, and will continue to be in this kind of manner, rejected by the entire world. That's the fate of Pakistan tomorrow. When people say it's a failed state, I should add they are a rejected state by everybody. They are there because others can use them as instrument to something else, so their value is just instrumental. So the value is just instrumental alone. So this is the situation in Pakistan. But we are talking about the Iran-Israel-US war. Israel is clear, crystal clear why they are doing this. But the US had been confused and is in confusion, continuous confusion. Their trade is basically, the US is led by trading people. Their trade is, and what US wants is to trade, continue trading, and they think that trading is the best thing in the world. Fine, it may be not. But the objective is that to get the property from Iran. Property means oil. There is whatever. When they came to Pakistan, they wanted to use Pakistan apart from using their metals, minerals, and all the stories. So US wants the properties. They wanted to make profit, so they would not want to destroy their oil. Israel doesn't bother. Israel is not looking at the money from Iran. US is looking for the money from everybody. Wherever they can get something, they will use that. They will use for their interest. So they want to make money. Israel is not that. They have a very clear vision objective. US doesn't have. They are confused. Now, as a result, this profit and loss counting balance sheet, if US is seeing whatever money they spend for this war, if they cannot make profit from that, they will withdraw. They will stop abruptly in between, bringing this or the other pretext, wishing others will believe, which nobody does. They will all understand the game of US, the strategy of US. They would expect that US will, US will expect people to believe. But with all those things, they want money, and if they find upon a computation that they are not going to make profit as they desire to make, loss, just forget about loss. If they are not going to make profit, they will try to stop it in between, with the dictum, enough is enough. Whatever we lost is we lost. Now no more losses. So this is a possibility. Tomorrow, if US comes magnanimously and says that we are stopping the war, we are in love with peace, don't get surprised. This can happen, and in all likelihood this shall happen. And don't think that Israel will be left behind. They know more than us, others, that this is likely to take place, so they will try their best to accomplish all their objectives. And the more objectives they accomplish, the more success they shall be. I wish them all the best. I wish Israel all the best, because they deserve it. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Siya Ram.